Hello, 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 dolls. It is I, ArtWorkOfDR. You know your girl. We're back with the collab to start the year here. And this piece right here is by A Quest to Art. She did the line art. You will see that I did make some changes to this in a minute. Okay, so here is my sketching. This is actually me after I have taped down the paper to my screen, my computer screen, and traced the line art file that she sent me. I did add a little bit to the hair and the horns and a little bit to the arm area in the chest area, which is badly cut off on this feed. I'm sorry. I did take a picture and send it to her to let her know what I had done. She was okay with it, which I didn't mean any harm by adding little touches here and there. I just wanted it to flow a little bit better. Um, and I just want to put this out there as a disclaimer. I have not worked with markers in a long time, not in such a big piece. Normally, a little bit from maybe like my draw yourself as a cartoon. That was marker, but it's not the same as doing a full piece in only marker. So this piece is done on marker paper from Canson. And then after I laid down the marker and tried to smooth it out as best I could, I went in with colored pencils as well later on. It's either the paper. This paper is like really old, but I know paper doesn't age, so I don't think it has to do with that. I used my Copic markers and I used some of my shuttle art markers on this piece. They both work really well together. Here I am trying to like blend it all in and make definition, which I definitely add more detail in with the colored pencil, so I'm happy that that turned out better with adding the colored pencil. I have no idea the color that she has planned for this character. I've never seen a finished piece of this character. I believe she has named her Victoria, so that's really cool. I wanted to do basically like opposite of my Flora piece, which is the other part of this collab. If you watched last week's video, you will have seen me do the redraw part of that, and at the end of this, you will see me color her in because that was just a little bonus. I wanted to make sure that we both got the chance to do each of our characters the way that we would have, so you could see us do our own characters in our own way, as well as the line art swap piece. So I hope you dolls enjoy that. Again, I'm using markers and I'm doing the best I can. I don't want to claim that I suck at them because I don't feel like I am. I'm just rusty, especially on marker paper. Normally I use markers on my mixed media paper and they're not as glossy or shiny on there. But for some reason on this marker paper, it just really does not do marker justice. I don't know why they call it marker paper if it doesn't really work well for markers. So anyway, I enjoyed this collab so much. It's the first one of this year. Luckily, it fit in with what I was already planning on doing, which was doing some redraws this year. So the first redraw of the year was Flardraa. I have another redraw that I am currently working on as well that you will be seeing shortly on this channel. So I can't wait to show you that one as well. It's not marker, it's going to be watercolor. But back to this main focus here on this video. This was a challenge in itself because I hadn't done markers in so long. And then doing someone else's line art and making sure that I don't mess up was a challenge. I felt a little guilty when I did do my line art changes a little bit, but once I showed her and she was okay with it, I felt better about it. I kind of tended to get carried away, so here we are. I am now finishing up and adding all the details with colored pencil and things. I'm going to add a little bit of white gouache and then this piece will be done and you can see me do Flardraa in just a moment. Hang tight. Okay, dolls, and as promised, here is the coloring of Flardraa, the redraw from last week's video. If you watched me sketch this out and transfer it onto the marker paper, you have been waiting, and I appreciate you coming back to see the final product. This character I did back in 2017 during a review of some supplies, which I will again link for y'all if you have not seen it yet. That video is pretty old now, it's 2020, but I did learn a lot from then till now, and it's not the same kind of supplies. These are actually alcohol-based markers, and those were watercolor brush markers. And I really like the way that she turned out. I tried to keep her basic look the same. I just did it more in the style that I'm doing now and fixed up things. And again, we're using marker on the marker paper. So obviously I did do this one before the other piece because I already knew the colors that I was going to be basically trying to use for this piece. I had a lot of fun actually coloring her in and figuring out how to blend the markers to give her hair the volume that I was hoping for. And I basically just kept her very similar to the original piece. I wasn't trying to change her in any way. I was just trying to redraw her in a more way that I'm comfortable with now. Plus, the piece that was original was very small, a very small piece of paper. I do plan on drawing her a few more times within the next year, so we'll see what other ways I come up with and see what goes best. But I like Flardraa. She's really pretty. She has a nice backstory too. I am going to be doing the same with her that I did with Victoria. I will show you the finished photo, and I will be showing you an edited version of that photo. I hope you dolls enjoy, and again, thank you so much for returning to finish watching my collab and redraw. Don't forget, dolls, to stay creative because you know I will, and I will see you in the next video.